Ryan Anderson went live last night. You know, he is Gypsy Rose's ex-husband. And I have to say that I am incredibly disappointed in the entire live. I feel like he did address some things, but I still feel like he is withholding a lot of information. There are a couple of key things that I want to talk about in this particular video, and then I'll go into depth on everything else. But the main thing that I want to talk about is the fact that he alluded to there being other messages between him and Gypsy that could potentially get Gypsy in a lot of trouble with Ken. We kind of already knew this. Like, we knew that whenever he showed those messages at the beginning of the year, he made a comment about there being more. So we kind of already knew that there was more messages, but he did confirm that there are more messages, and whatever is in those messages could potentially be damaging to Gypsy and Ken's relationship. And I just want to say, I understand that Ryan is not wanting to be harmful to Gypsy, so I think that he is holding on to those text messages as a way to protect Gypsy and Ken's relationship. And I have to say, I would not do that. I would not feel bad at all if their relationship broke up because of messages that she was sending to him behind Ken's back right after they had a baby. Like, Gypsy was the one who was reaching out to Ryan, sending Ryan messages. So I do understand that he's trying to be respectful of their relationship, or maybe he just doesn't want to get involved. But I disagree. I think that Ken should absolutely know what was being said behind his back right after giving birth to their child, because this is now the person that he is going to be moving in with whenever Gypsy gets off of parole. And I think that Ken should absolutely know who he is dealing with before she moves into his home. She was texting Ryan behind Ken's back. She was texting Ken behind Ryan's back. This is a clear pattern that whenever she is feeling insecure or vulnerable or not getting the attention that she needs, she runs to another man. And that is not good whenever you are trying to maintain and have a healthy relationship. Like, whatever issues that are going on with your own personal self-esteem, if you feel like running to another man is going to help solve those issues, then you clearly don't need to be in a relationship. And I have said this multiple times about Gypsy. She does not need to be in a relationship. She needs to be focusing on herself and learning how to be an adult, learning how to take care of herself, learning how to take care of a child. The last thing that she needs to be doing is jumping from relationship to relationship. But she doesn't care about what anybody says, thinks, or does. All that she cares about is herself and what she wants. And clearly, she wants to be in a relationship. She wants to withhold information from Ken between her and Ryan's text messages. I knew that there were more messages because you could clearly see that Gypsy was stringing Ryan along. I believe she is probably still, right now, still texting him and stringing him along, which leaves me to believe that that's the reason why he hasn't totally given in to releasing all of these text messages, because he is still communicating with her. Even if it is not in a romantic way, they are still in communication, and he doesn't want to look like the bad guy. He doesn't want to look like he's, trying to retaliate, trying to be hurtful. And again, I can respect that. Do I agree? No. I think Gypsy deserves every bit of karma that she has coming her way. And that's not saying it in a mean way. I just feel like you can't go around cheating on guy after guy after guy and not expect for there to be consequences for your actions. The next thing I want to talk about is apparently Ken gave Gypsy an ultimatum that if Gypsy and Ken ever broke up, that she could not get back together with Ryan, and if she did, he would go for full custody. That doesn't exist. It does not matter what the father of the baby wants. He cannot control what relationship you go into and what relationship you don't go into. Yes, he can file for full custody if Gypsy was to get back with Ryan, but I believe this is Gypsy's way of trying to let Ryan down easy by making him believe that there's just all of these outside things that are preventing them from being together, that she wants to be with him, but there's just so much going on in the universe that is just keeping her from him. That's what she wants him to believe. But I believe this was very strategic because Gypsy does not actually want to be with Ryan. However, she wants him to feel like she does, but she just can't. She just can't, because if she does, she's going to lose her child. That is emotional blackmail, emotional manipulation. She is very good at that. And I also want to say for Ryan, dude, like, I don't know why you still believe anything that this woman says, because she has proven time after time after time that she is a liar. She is compulsive. She cannot control the lies that come out of her mouth. She has admitted on national television on numerous occasions that she lies without conscience and was taught to be a very good liar. So why believe or trust anything that comes out of this woman's mouth? I wouldn't trust her as far as I could spit. But I still feel empathy for Ryan because I understand what it is like to be in a narcissistic, abusive relationship and to get out of the relationship and still have them trying to linger on to hold on to you and hold on to the idea that there could be more between you guys. I also have empathy for him because you can tell he has a very big heart and actually loved Gypsy. Gypsy didn't love him. I don't think Gypsy knows how to love anyone, but she definitely did not love Ryan. Did she appreciate the friendship that they have? I can believe that she appreciated the friendship that she had. I can believe that she appreciated knowing that she could always count on Ryan no matter what. Because narcissists, they want loyalty. They actually demand loyalty from you while showing that they are not loyal in any way to you or to anyone else. And if you displease and disobey their loyalty, well, we already saw what Gypsy would do. After Ryan released those text messages, after she released text messages, she went down and dirty and released that he was on MAT medication. And things for her have been falling and falling and falling ever since then because people did not appreciate that for Ryan. But this just goes to show that the rules for her are not the same as the rules for everyone else. Because again, narcissists demand loyalty while giving you absolutely nothing but breadcrumbs to hold on to for whatever length of time the relationship is. I was very disappointed that he didn't divulge more information about what was in these text messages. I was also very disappointed that he still is holding on to this idea that everyone else is the problem and not Gypsy herself. But let me know what you think. I thought that there was going to be a lot more juicy information. By the way, he made like $1,000 last night on the live. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!